Hey everybody, Jason and John here, Everyday Crypto, sponsored by CryptoTaxShield.com. Jason, thank you so much, my friend, for sitting down with me again today. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday; everybody's got stuff going on, but I do appreciate you taking some time.
Brother, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. Um, so I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, or as we're about to find out, a lot of people are calling it Crypto Bowl Sunday. So that's interesting. And I also know I'm going to get your take on that and how big and kind of bold that's going to be. But I also know that with all the festivities going on today, tomorrow's kind of a big day in the world of finance. You know, they got the emergency meeting with the Fed. So I'm going to kind of get your take on that too, if you don't mind maybe hitting those two topics today. I think a lot of people will find a lot of value in that.
Great points, John. Absolutely.
Cool.
If I could start off, please, if you find any educational or entertainment value in this content, please like and subscribe. It helps us help you, and we truly appreciate it. Yep. And we are not financial advisors. You should always do your own research, and thank you.
You got it.
So we'll address the Feds first. So tomorrow is an emergency meeting by the Federal Reserve to see what they can do about inflation, because last week, the CPI came out and it was like 7 point something percent, which is really scary.
40-year high. Yeah.
It's extremely high. And it puts us in, if you look at the graph of what other countries are at that level, it's second and third world countries where their currencies are super unstable.
Right.
So it's a little concerning. So it seems imminent that there's a rate increase coming.
Right.
And it might be dramatic.
Okay.
So up till now, the last 3 months, crypto and the stock market has priced this in as far as they're anticipating this. So it's already been priced in.
Right. That makes sense.
So one of three things can happen tomorrow. One, they say, yes, we're going to increase rates, but it's reasonable. Like maybe it's an eighth or a quarter, right?
Right.
Or they can say, you know what, we're going to table this until March. That's the best possible news for crypto and its stocks, right? Yeah. Actually, for everybody, housing stocks and crypto are all going to be affected by these decisions. Right. If they increase rates dramatically, you're going to see housing prices go into an immediate correction.
Yep.
Which kind of seems due. I mean, housing's been out of control.
Right.
But also crypto and stocks will feel too, because we're only priced in for, let's say, maybe an eighth or a quarter. If they come out and say, look, between now and March, we're going to go 0.5%, that's only half priced in. So there'll be a correction.
Gotcha.
But on the other hand, if they come out and say, look, this is concerning for us, we're going to table this until March. That's actually a really good sign for everybody, because that means there won't be any dramatic outside of pricing effects.
Gotcha. So in that vein, what are you sort of doing? What's your strategy during sort of this unprecedented time? I mean, we're at 40-year highs, with the increase. What are your strategies crypto wise for during this time? Do you have any good advice for anybody?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So me personally, this last week, I haven't been buying anything new, which is actually very difficult for me because I'm constantly reinvesting, right?
Sure.
I'm sitting on the sidelines. I'm going to see how this plays out. Okay. I don't want to come in and get slammed, but I'm also not taking any money out. So I'm just staying pat where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of projects that I can't wait to jump into it. And if there is a correction, I'm going to jump in and take this opportunity to get these projects at a discount, because I don't care what the Fed thinks. This is just their first angle. Let's try and slow down inflation so we'll increase rates. This is an experiment. So they don't know how that's really going to play out.
Right. And
I personally believe that at the end of the day, they can increase rates slightly. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to lower them later. And the reason why I know this is if you study Japan's economy over the last 30 years, they've been going through this. They were the first country to go to 0 or -% interest rates. They were the first country to introduce quantitative easing and all this other stuff. So what we have to do is look at what they've done, and we're going to do exactly what they did because it worked. So to be honest with you, short term, there's probably going to be some strong fluctuations. It could go either way, by the way. It could be strong up, strong down.
Sure.
But long term, crypto is always a bet against the dollar, right?
Right.
So all this is showing you right now is the dollar is completely unstable.
Right.
We don't know how to slow down inflation without crashing the economy, which you might as well just let inflation go rampant at that point, because crashing the economy is just it's worse. Right. And I know for a fact that no politician while in office wants that to happen on their watch.
Right.
Because we've watched ever since the World War II, our national debt climb every year after year, it's just climb.
Yep.
And the reason why that is because we have short-term politicians. So they just keep kicking the can down the road. And now the can's so big that the national debt is unpayable. It's literally unpayable. It's an impossibility. Right. So those are my takes on that. I would just hang out. I'd watch the Super Bowl and I'd see how retail is going to react to it. And I would see what's going to happen Monday with the Fed and how the market reacts to that. Okay. And then I would just act accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, and you really hit on something that sometimes as fast movies as crypto, NFTs, and all these things are in real time, in real life, sometimes it is prudent to wait a minute and take a tick and just kind of see where things are heading and landing before you make any sort of big decisions. And always, like you said at the beginning, always do your homework. Make sure you're set on these projects before you make any move. It
is really interesting. I'll be honest with you. So you have two amazing events about to happen in crypto. You got the Crypto Bowl, like, oh my gosh, like that's for a guy like me who's been, screaming from the rooftops about crypto for the past couple of years. This is a big deal, right? But on the other hand, you have to remember, how are whales going to think about Monday's meeting, right? So if you got the Super Bowl and it's super crypto and retail shows up and they start throwing money at it, but whales aren't looking at that. They're looking at what the Federal Reserve is going to do. The whales might take this opportunity as a great exit for them.
Yes.
Through the liquidity that retail comes in on.
Right.
So lots to think about, really, but
that's an interesting intersection, right? Like if this were any other Sunday, with a Fed meeting tomorrow, it might not mean as much to the whales or to the common person doing this as it does today. This is a weird sort of vortex of, it's like a perfect storm for something to happen one way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could just reflect on how big today is, right? Yeah. So a year ago, guys like me, our whole thesis was corporate America is going to, at some point, due to corporate game theory, have to come in on crypto, right? Yep. They can't stay on the sidelines forever, because once their competition comes in, they have to come in. They can't give a free edge to their competition. This is corporate game theory, right? So at that time, really all we had Michael Saylor, the great Michael Saylor, who came in and bought billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin through MicroStrategy. Yep. And then we had our guy, Elon Musk, who we all looked up to him because he was crypto and he was going to go on Saturday Night Live and talk crypto. And he was and he bought crypto through, on Tesla's, books. Yeah. But then he slammed us. And he turned his back on us and he said bad things about crypto, which crashed the market, right? That's where we were at a year ago. Yeah. Now, I don't think if Elon Musk said anything about crypto, anybody would care. Right. I'll be honest with you. Like back then, if he just tweeted one word, crypto went crazy, right? Right. Sometimes it wasn't even a word. It was just a couple of initials and things went nuts. Sure. So let me just tell you what's going on. I don't like to watch the news, but I do like to look at facts. Right. And so no matter what happens this week, here are the things I'm focusing on, because I look at crypto as a long-term investment. Right. So I'm not really worried about short-term fluctuations. So here's some interesting things I found. Okay. And I wrote them all down because I know I forget things. So you got YouTube saying we believe in new technology like Web 3.0, blockchain, and NFTs. We got the NFL. We are building NFT relationships. We have JP Morgan stating that they believe that Bitcoin will be at $150,000 this year. We got Uber saying yes to accepting crypto, right? Wow. So now when you take an Uber, in the future, you'll be able to pay in crypto. That's big. That's big, yeah. You've got Russia recognizing crypto as a currency. You got McDonald's announcing they are going to have a McDonald's metaverse. Wow. You got Intel, who opens up a blockchain unit. You got Bitcoin miners ETF on NASDAQ. You got Wells Fargo saying crypto to enter hyper adoption.
Wow.
JP Morgan says NFTs will dominate. You got South Korea, who is all in on crypto. Samsung, which is a South Korean company, creates a metaverse. The government sets a 5-year metaverse plan.
Wow.
There's a wealth fund that's investing $200 billion into this metaverse in Korea. Right? So just give you a little more reflection on how strong these things are.
Yeah.
You know, banking corporations are extremely intimidated by crypto and especially decentralized finance.
Right.
It can shut them down for sure. They should be terrified of DeFi, right?
Right.
So you go back a year ago and JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they had nothing but bad things to say about crypto.
Right.
It's in their best interest to do so.
Sure.
So just imagine how big does crypto have to be for these companies that are directly being affected by what crypto is doing are now coming out and saying positive things about crypto because we're so involved and we believe in it. Yeah, you believe in it now because you have to.
You have to. Yep.
You don't want to. And we all know that, right? I'll give you an example. I don't know, it was about maybe 9 months ago. One of the world's biggest banks, I won't name them, one of their inner quarterly reports was accidentally released. And in it said, we're not worried about Bitcoin, but we are terrified of decentralized finance.
Got it. Yep.
And they should be. They absolutely should be. On top of all that, here are some jobs. There are some major corporations that are hiring crypto jobs as we speak.
Oh, great.
The NFL, Nike, Hulu, Visa, Meta, Apple, NVIDIA, Disney, PayPal, Google, Fidelity, Amazon, Microsoft, JP Morgan, MasterCard, and Goldman Sachs, Bank of America.
I've heard of a couple of those. Yeah. Right.
This is nuts. Like,
this is crazy.
It's no longer guys like me saying a wave of money is coming in through corporate America. It's here. It's happening. They know the money's right. They know you have to show up. So this is where we're at. And this is why I'm long-term bullish.
Yeah. Well, it also seems that one of the questions I had sort of as you were talking is, it's one thing for corporate America to sort of be, headbutting their way into this world. But do you see today and sort of the ensuing weeks leading to a mass adoption among the population? Or do you think that's still going to be a little bit of lag time as corporate America comes in and creates avenues for them?
So crypto is eating the world. And we can see it now. I used to say crypto will eat the world. Now it's crypto's eating the world. It's clear as day. Every day new news comes out, new things. We got the decentralization of games. We have the decentralization of music now coming, which we spoke on this channel.
That's right. Yeah.
This is how it happens. And really, for the guy who doesn't invest in crypto yet, but has heard it so many times, knows that at some point he has to get involved. Like when I meet people now, they don't blow me off about crypto. They say, "Oh my gosh, I have to get involved. How do I start?" So I think the Super Bowl will be that. I think it will be just the bat to the head that says, "Hey, look, wake up.
Yep,
invest it. It's everywhere, right?"
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think you're 100% right. I just wanted to get your take on that. Yeah, because I mean, even in my own sort of orbit, I've got friends now that see the show on YouTube and stuff, and they're just kind of, I've been thinking about this for a while. Maybe it's time. I'm like, if they start, but what they're doing is it's interesting. They're getting validation from corporate America. So when they see these stories come out, they're like, oh, maybe it's not just some weird thing that guys do underground. It's like a legit mainstream thing. And I think that page had to turn before people like my friends are getting involved now. So.
Right. For sure.
Very cool. Very cool. This is good stuff, man.
Yeah. So, let's end the show with one more. Let's just talk about the NFT we got coming out.
Let's do it. Crypto Tax Shield. Yeah.
So on February 15th, we have the Crypto Tax Shield Founders NFTs.
Yes, sir.
And by holding one of these, you'll get free tax prep and audit protection for as long as you hold that NFT for the rest of your life. And it's not just some general basic H&R Block kind of tax prep. This is one of Southern California's most trusted
Absolutely
tax firms. They have lawyers, real estate agents, tax professionals. They've got everything. And just to let you know, they changed my life personally. When I met them with my taxes are very complicated with crypto because I do so many different things with it.
Yep.
And I searched very hard for people like this who could not only could really save me taxes on rearranging the structure of how I operate, right?
Right.
So they're very crypto knowledgeable. And right now, finding a crypto knowledgeable tax guy, good luck.
Yeah, it's hard.
So this will be a huge narrative for this year, the crypto taxes. And anyways, beyond that, we also have you'll have access to everything within our website and then some. Like we'll have some special features for you alone.
Yep.
And you'll have your own customer support. Like you will be taken care of.
Yep.
And then we have collaborations we're working on right now, which you will have front row whitelist to or airdrops to.
Yep.
And then we're talking about a coin down the road, possibly. So that will also be an airdrop to you. So at the price of 1/3 of an ETH for the rest of your life to sleep well at night, knowing that your tax situation is taken care of by some of the most knowledgeable people in the world on the subject.
Yes.
Worth holding, right? Especially if your taxes are complicated.
That's right.
And if your taxes aren't complicated, it'd probably be worth looking into as just buying it and flipping it. Because I do think that things will have great value once people figure out what they really are.
No doubt, no doubt. And everybody that watches the show till the end always hears me say crypto is such a great way to not just make money, but build wealth, right? And then when you build that wealth, hold on to it. And that's the best way to do it is through smart tax strategies so that you don't have 40 different people sort of picking at your pockets or your digital wallet. So Crypto Tax Shield is the way to go, man. Jason, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I know it's a big day, sports day for everybody. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to be kicking back and rooting for the Bengals. And I know you're probably on the other side. So, we'll stay friends no matter what, I'm sure.
John, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And go Rams.
Oh, you're killing me. All right. Talk to you soon.
All right, John. We'll see you, buddy.
Yep.